Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. And where I am, it is early morning on Friday, July 16th, 2021. And I am making this video because earlier, a couple hours ago in fact, the Criterion collection made its announcement on its website with regard to the planned releases that are scheduled for October of later this year. And so if you're interested, please check out the Criterion Collection website directly for specific information, for images of cover art, and for brief synopses and other types of information. So please check that out directly if you are interested. However, for purposes of today's video, let me, if you don't mind, just share with you a few thoughts that I have at this initial stage. Once again, with the understanding that perhaps as time goes on and when these items arrive at the doorstep, I might have further, say, opinions on it, or maybe my views that I expressed today might change, etc. But these are, as I say, under that assumption, these are my initial impressions of the titles that are being released for October of this year. First up is the film, or the title, which according to the Criterion Collection website is scheduled for release on October 5th, 2021. And this is at spine number 226, and it's from 1964. And it is at spine number 226 because it had already been released into the Criterion Collection DVD catalog back in the day. But now we are seeing this new Blu-ray release, and it is of the film by Kaneto Shindo called ONIBABA. I am so thrilled about this for a number of reasons. First off, the film itself is electric and atmospheric and chilling and haunting and so memorable. And so I am so thrilled that this Blu-ray will provide yet further opportunity for people to discover and explore this work by Shindo, which is ONIBABA. What an excellent work this is. And also, this hopefully will give yet further opportunity and point of discovery with regard to the artistry that is the craft of filmmaker Kaneto Shindo. I am a huge fan and admirer of his works. His filmography is quite vast and he is quite prolific. Only a select few of the films in that filmography, I understand, have managed to get released in these releases outside of Japan, for example. But of those select releases, they are stellar and magnificent in their own way, and ONIBABA is one of them. And so any opportunity for anyone who is excited and interested in film to discover the works of Shindo makes me so happy and so excited indeed. And if that opportunity comes in the form of this film, ONIBABA, you are in for something. This is a very memorable work indeed. So ONIBABA on Blu-ray again to start October. This is going to be very exciting. So well done, Criterion, for again bringing this back. It was released earlier on a DVD, and in fact it was released also on a it's right here in fact, yes, also on the Criterion Laserdisc catalog. And so we have yet another Laserdisc title that has now been released, was released on DVD and now on Blu-ray. So lots to be excited about here. And again, Shindo, if you haven't seen the works of Kaneto Shindo, I hope this October release will provide that opportunity for discovery. This is something else, this film. So, and you have, let's see, it says here for the Blu-ray, it says restored high definition transfer with uncompressed monaural soundtrack. As I say, I'm a huge fan of Shindo. I had maybe a couple videos on this channel, maybe over the course of, say, the past few years. Not that many, unfortunately, but I did speak a little bit about Shindo's works, at least as they appear, maybe in the Criterion collection or elsewhere outside of Japan. There are so many others that, for instance, are available here in Japan that I have been so fortunate to have been able to check out over the years, and it's his filmography is something else. It's just mind-blowing. So the more works by Shindo that can be released or re-released, the better, I think. And again, it's such a really exciting ground of discovery. And as I say, ONIBABA is one of them. So please check it out if you can. Again, scheduled for release October 5th. Next, scheduled for release on October 12th, 2021. And this is from 1941. It's scheduled for release for spy number 1099. This is from Raoul Walsh. It stars Humphrey Bogart and Ida Lupino. This is the work which is High Sierra. This is so great. This is really great. And we're getting High Sierra, which is this iconic, volcanic, exciting gangster film, a noir film. It's also a type of plan or heist film in a way, and it's also this deep character study with these two great performances from Lupino and from Bogart. And Bogart's character is one of those classic, iconic characters of the age in this vast landscape, the ever-developing landscape of film noir. Here we have an example from the early 1940s. And so Raoul Walsh's High Sierra, this is something. This is really something. So, and this news is very exciting indeed. So, I remember there was a period where I was so hooked on this film when I first saw it many years ago. When I first saw it, it was like a volcano. It was just stunning, absolutely stunning and startling. And a lot of it had to do with the way in which this story, this arc, this character arc, or these arcs, I should say, were really presented in this very exciting and tense film with a lot of sort of explosive activity. So I am so thrilled with this. And so please, when it arrives, let us, you and I, talk about it some more, if that's okay, because I'd love to hear your thoughts about this great film, High Sierra. I'm so excited about this. And take a look at the Criterion website, because you can see the special features, and it indicates, for example, a new 4K digital transfer, so that should be very exciting and something to look forward to. It also says it's going to include, among other things here, you have Colorado territory as well. So we're getting two films for the price of one, it seems. And so that probably explains the need or necessity for, at least for the Blu-ray, and it's for the DVD as well, it seems, 2 discs, because we're getting a lot of stuff, in the special features, and also this second film. So it's another one of these 2 for the price of 1 types of deals. At least that's what it seems to be indicating. So very exciting, well done, and again, another great example. October is already shaping up to be a stellar month, and that is due to a lot of reasons, included in which is this release, again, scheduled for October 12th, High Sierra. Next, scheduled for release on October 19th, 2021, and this is for spy number 1100, 1100, and this is the film which is from 1957, and it is from Jack Arnold, and it is called The Incredible Shrinking Man. So The Incredible Shrinking Man comes to Blu-ray courtesy of Criterion. Yes, I remember the first time in my life when I heard about The Incredible Shrinking Man. It wasn't watching the film itself, but it was reading about it, in fact, in one of these books that I had, which was a catalog of famous horror and science fiction films. And one of them was The Incredible Shrinking Man, and it had pictures, and I just remember as a kid reading this for the first time. I was thinking, my goodness, this film, I want to see this film so much. And so I was looking for it in my local video store, VHS store, and couldn't find it. And so for the longest time, again, when I was a kid growing up, it was not available. And then one day, as I say, as a kid growing up, I was able to find it, and I watched it, and it really lived up to expectations and then some, because it had that type of it had the great concept of it's in the title, right, and what the problems are and how they arise as each sort of level is reached in a form of speaking. And it is so, I think, clever in that way, and very, very memorable. I mean, this is, I understand, it is one of the most memorable of this period of science fiction, or American science fiction from the 1950s. And so this is a big one, and it's also very, very moving in places. So very, very moving, and there's a sense of the adventure as well as the fear, and so lots here. I'm so thrilled. This reminds me of, again, that thrill that I had as a kid, again, reading up on it for the first time, and then being able to watch it for the first time. My goodness, this is great. And then we're getting it now on these new Criterion releases, including a new Blu-ray. So, and it says here, based on a new 4K digital restoration. So this is great. This is really great. And check out, as I say, the Criterion page for more details. But what catches my eye in particular, for instance, here is it says a new audio commentary. So we're getting a new commentary track. I'm a huge fan of commentary tracks. I wish they could be for all the releases. Unfortunately, they're not, but when they do appear, that is cause for celebration, and here we have a new one. So very exciting indeed. This is so great. This is really, really great, and we'll see what the 4K digital restoration presentation looks like. I look forward to that as well. But as I say, this somehow excuse me, pulls at the heartstrings in terms of childhood memories, and in terms of that excuse me, that feeling of discovery that I was having as a kid. And maybe that feeling of discovery was, I felt it further amplified when watching the film itself. It's so iconic, and it's so famous, and it's got a lot of cool aspects to it, and also a lot of aspects that make one think and ponder as well, which is, I think, the hallmarks of great science fiction. So here we go. Again, scheduled for release October 19th. Spine number 1100, 1100. This is The Incredible Shrinking Man. Next, also scheduled for release October 19th, 2021. And this is at spine number 162 from 1999. And so this means that this is a film that also was released earlier as a Criterion DVD, in fact. But now we are getting a re-release, including this new Blu-ray, which is also going to be, it says on the Criterion site, purported to be based on a new 4K digital restoration. So this is very exciting and intriguing, because it is the work by Lynn Ramsey, and it is called RATCATCHER. This film is extraordinary. This is such a powerful and devastating and harsh film that portrays a certain degree of pain and dignity and psychological stress, as well as moments of uplifting, quiet power. This film by Lynn Ramsay is a truly memorable film, and it has as I say, a sense of dignity and a sense of almost a sense of hope as well. That's definitely there. There's also this way in which the harsh externalities, as well as the stressful psychological internal aspects to drive certain circumstances towards certain conclusions. And very specifically, there are events both on a sort of environmental level, but also in a specific character and plot level that have these very deep-rooted circumstances and effects that are long-lasting. And so we have all of this in this presentation that is, as I say, unforgettable and breathtaking in an uplifting way, and also in a quietly devastating way. And to have this presentation of this really powerful film from this great filmmaker, Lynn Ramsay, is, again, a great thing indeed. And October is, wow, what a month. You're getting the re-release of Ratcatcher as well. Yes. So if you haven't seen this film, Ratcatcher, please check it out when it arrives in October. And as I say, I will try to talk about it in a little bit more detail when it arrives later in the year. I was actually planning, in fact, to talk about this film, Ratcatcher. Again, this was before the news about the October releases, but I was so taken with this film when when I saw the film, and I watched it and watched it and watched it some more. It's really it's a film that is very challenging for me, and I mean that in a very positive way. And so I will save more comments on it when the actual Blu-ray arrives and we can explore it further, my friends. But let me just say again, to close, that I am so thrilled by this, and I do want to talk about it because it had such a profound effect on me when I saw it, and when I rewatch it. Its effect is it's very powerful. And so I will try to express a little bit as to why I believe that when the title will arrive. But again, please check it out if you can, and check out the Criterion website. You can see what's planned for the new Blu-ray release. But in any event, another cause for great celebration, my friends, in October. This is the great film Ratcatcher. Next, scheduled for release on October 26th, 2021, and this is from 2019. This is for spy number 1101 from the Safdie brothers, and this is the work which is called Uncut Gems. This is a film that I was very fortunate to have been able to catch up with, albeit, I admit, recently, very recently. And so I didn't see it upon its initial release, and I only caught up with it sometime later after the fact. But I do remember, let me say too, that the film itself was a type of lightning bolt of energy, and the performance by Adam Sandler was, or is, mesmerizing it is mesmer. I mean, this is incredible stuff. And so when I saw this film for the first time, I had heard the praise that was given to a lot of the aspects of the film, including this great performance, but I wasn't quite expecting this type of effect on me, which it had, and it was thrilling, it was suspenseful, it was funny, it was sad, it was there was tragedy, there was triumph, and there's so much going on, and so I was very pleasantly taken aback. And so, but this is also my way to say that I have not seen this film a lot of times, and so I've only seen it again very recently. So I'm still very new to the film and to the world, but I will be very excited when this arrives from Criterion, and we will be able to discuss it further, you and me, because this is a really exciting one. And I should say too that, as I say, I didn't see this film upon its initial release, but I only caught up with it a little bit later. But around the time of its initial release, again, when I hadn't seen the film yet, I can recall when I was doing this not Criterion, I was talking about Criterions and talking about movies and stuff on the YouTube channel already, and during that year. And I can recall I got so many comments from people saying, "Oh, Daisuke, you've got to check out Uncut Gems. You really got to check it out." And so this was one of those films that people would be just so excited about, and they would be telling me, "Oh, I've seen it a second time, a third time. It's great. It gets even better," and that sort of thing. And so that was I was so happy, and it filled me with a lot of excitement, and it delighted me very much. And so I know too that this is a very popular film, and based on that reaction, and also of course from the critical and popular reaction to the film upon its release. And then so on that vibe, or on those vibes, I was able to catch up with it. But as I say, even on that sort of sense of excitement, I was still amazed and taken aback by just how affecting and effective this work was. So I'm very, very excited about this, and I can anticipate this will be a very popular title. And so well done to Criterion for being able, to have this now in the collection. Again, at spine number 1101. This is great news. So, Uncut Gems, and please check out the site for the special features, and we're going to get Dolby Atmos soundtrack on the Blu-ray, the 4K digital transfer, So, and we're getting a number of new interviews as well, so and new stuff. So let's explore this further when we get the actual release. But as I say, I'm very, very excited for this. I was excited upon hearing about it for the first time from you, my dear friends, and then on that wave I saw it and I became further excited, and now I'm excited yet again because it's going to be getting a Criterion release. So let's talk about this some more, my friends, when it arrives in October. So this is Uncut Gems. Last, but certainly not least, scheduled for release on October 26th, 2021, from filmmaker Satyajit Ray, and this is from 1960, and spine number 1102. This is DEVI. Wow, this is extraordinary. This is an extraordinary month, and we're getting this work, this incredible work by Satyajit Ray, DEVI. Now, so the fact that it's being released by Criterion in this fashion is exciting. This is great news, and it says it's based on a new 4K digital restoration, and so I look forward to checking this out when it arrives. But I must emphasize that this is a work that It's I wasn't able to see except on, I'd seen it on VHS, in fact, and it was such a powerful work, and the themes in it about family, but also about there's a sense of dealing with themes of religion and belief, and the effects of that, and how those effects are carried through to some pretty significant and quite dramatic situations. This film is told in a way that is very universal and very direct, and I would say too very stark, and also very bleak. But also there is a sense too of a type of satirical eye or look or glance, as well as the depictions of true sort of human emotional bonds that are being established in these settings. And so this is a powerful drama. This is such an overwhelming work. And it's been one of those films, because the works of Ray are magnificent. I would rely on, say, my memories of watching it on VHS many years ago. But even so, that was during a time in my life when I was exploring the works of Ray for the first time, and just being overwhelmed, truly overwhelmed, every single time. And this is one of them. This is remarkable. This is absolutely remarkable. This news, I must say again, is extraordinary. And so I can't wait. I cannot wait for October. This is turning out to be just a great year, and October for Criterion is yet another example of that, my friends. And so I cannot stress enough just how big this is for me. And so this is great. And so I'm very much looking forward to this. So oh my goodness. Yeah. This is good. This is gonna be happening in October. I can't believe it. So, in any event, my friends, we're getting this film, DEVI. So if you have not seen it, and you are interested in the works of Ray, Satyajit Ray, please check it out. Please check it out. I will. And so I will try to recall those feelings that I had. But again, this is also going to be like something new for me. And so I'm going to be looking at it probably also from that viewpoint as well. And so oh gosh, this is going to be like watching it again for the first time, if you know what I mean. So this is so exciting. So please, let's talk about this one again when it arrives later in the year. So at the tail end of October, so maybe into November we can talk about it. But in any event, I cannot again stress enough how excited I am for this. This is huge. So Satyajit Ray's work, DEVI, is coming to the Criterion collection. Again, it's spy number 1102. And so that is the state of affairs, as it were, when it comes to the October planned releases that were announced by Criterion a few hours ago. So maybe a couple things. So first is the works themselves. This is another splendid month. This year from Criterion is just overwhelming. It seems like every month I feel that way. This is another great month. This is another great month. But I really believe that, my friends. I really do. And just this sense of excitement in the air for these titles and these films. Wow. And the idea or the possibility of some of these films getting more attention, and more abilities and more possibilities for further discovery that's exciting for me. So this is great news. So RATCATCHER, the Shindo work, ONIBABA, etc. And also the new releases to the Incredible Shrinking Man and High Sierra. Oh, this is great. And Uncut Gems too. And then DEVI, this work. This is again, I'm stunned. I'm speechless. So I'm thrilled to bits about this particular release month. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait indeed. And so this is great news indeed. Now, with this, I should also say that I do know that there was some talk online in recent days about maybe Criterion would release something in 4K, UHD, and so maybe it's going to be something that would be released or announced in the upcoming announcement. So as far as I can tell, with this announcement, at least as of now, there is nothing included here in the Criterion announcement that indicates any UHD 4K format release. So for anyone who is excited or maybe anticipating that, again, it's not, to my knowledge, that doesn't seem to be included anywhere here. So, but that doesn't mean that it would never happen. So I have a kind of a viewpoint where I am very happy with the current state of affairs with the format, for example. So I'm very happy indeed. But I do understand too that there are film lovers and collectors who are also very much eagerly anticipating Criterion, maybe, possibly, who knows, entering into this new format market. Will it happen? I'm not sure. I don't work for Criterion. I don't have any information of that sort. So I, too, have a type of wait-and-see approach or attitude. If it happens, we'll see what happens, and we'll see how Criterion deals with the format as Criterion will. And but if it doesn't happen, I must say that I'm not at all disappointed. And in fact, as I say, I'm very, very happy and pleased with the current state of affairs. And to let me say that, on top of that, the films themselves and the fact that they are being made available in this way throughout these past months, or the years, in fact, from Criterion, I think that is to me where I get the thrills of being someone who's a fan of cinema, to be able to watch these films and to be able to remember how I felt when I first saw the films, or to rediscover them, or to rewatch them, or to maybe watch them again for the first time, or to watch them for the first time even. So this is the stuff that makes me want to come back to Criterion every single time. So for me personally, and my own needs as an individual consumer, it's okay that I'm not getting any UHD 4K release from Criterion. I'm totally okay with that. And so, but I'm not resisting it. I'm not saying, I never want it to happen. I'm not saying that at all. But at the moment, I am very, very satisfied as a Criterion customer. So if they continue on as is, that's fine with me. If they see there is a change that they want to make in the future, I will check that out as well and see how I feel about those specific changes. But until then, my friends, I'm very content. And if October is any indication, then I think I am very much looking forward to what is in store for November and December and beyond, as well as anticipating what has already been announced when those titles arrive. So, and once again, as far as October is concerned, I am very, very, very happy indeed. So, with that, my friends, that's it for the reaction. So, what do you think about this particular set of titles? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Are you anticipating maybe other titles that could be announced later in the year? However you feel, my friends, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, I'd love to hear what it is you have to say. Okay, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great movies. Thank you so much, as always, for your time. I very much appreciate it. Stay strong, stay safe, and cheers.